Hi guys, very good morning everyone. Welcome back to my channel again. My name is Sai Kiran. So today we are going to discuss about EC2 guys. Before jumping on to the EC2, let me tell you a example guys, and then we can jump on to EC2, and then we do have some different instances also. So we are going to discuss about all those instances. Guys, imagine you do have an laptop, okay, which does have some 4 GB RAM, and then it's running on some i5 processor or something, and you have a graphic card of 510 MB or something NVIDIA. Okay, so what you have did, you have installed your games here, and then you have installed your personal stuff, and then you have uploaded, I mean, all your data here, photos, videos, whatever it is. And then one day, like you also install one of the tool called PS6, which is Photoshop 6. And one day, after installing all these things, you have found that your system is getting slow. Okay, and then you went to the service shop, and what the service shop service advisor had suggested you is to upgrade the graphic card and then upgrade the RAM also. But apart from that, what he said, he also asked you to upgrade the motherboard also, because for some instances DDR3 and DDR4 was not fitting on that particular motherboard, and then he asked you to upgrade the motherboard also. Okay, when upgrading this graphic card, and when upgrading this processor, and then when upgrading this motherboard, what is happening is, with that same money you will be getting a new laptop, or you will be getting a fantastic assembled CPU where you can play hell lot of games. So finally, what you have decided not to go with upgrading all these things, and you bought a brand new CPU or laptop. Nice, you have taken a very good decision, fantastic. But guys, imagine, what about the old one? It's okay, you'll be giving it to your cousins, you'll be giving it to your friends or someone who is in need, but still you are leaving it as a dummy itself only, right? Because when you are going for the new laptop, however, still it is getting a duplicate one, it is getting a dummy. So that's where exactly the cloud EC2 instances came into the picture, guys. EC2 instances, machines, servers, virtual machines, all the terminology was same, but what I mean to say is, in Azure we do call as virtual machines, in AWS we used to call as EC2 instances. That's it. End of the day, the naming terminology is different, but ultimately this cloud particular tools or services, whatever were there, the backend functionality is same. Their terminology is different. Now here comes into the game, which is EC2. So what AWS is saying is, guys, before jumping onto this, I'll tell you one example. If you know the movie Avatar, okay. So these movie makers has used G3 instance. Okay, G3 instance is somewhere around $1.13 per hour. They have used this instance for rendering the image actually. Okay, so what AWS is providing is, on now imagine on a high level, not on a gaming and all this perspective, imagine on an organization level, if they want to use Java based application project, a project which is completely on Java based application, okay, and they also do have a Python based application, a .NET based application. So now see, they cannot purchase individual laptops for Java based, Python based, and this .NET based, right? Correct. So instead, what they can do, they can simply jump onto the cloud. What cloud will do is, okay, come here, we will offer T2 micro instances where it contains not two CPU, one CPU, and they'll be providing some hard disk also where we can take this from the elastic block storage. Okay, if you have any high configuration application, it's okay, we do have M4, or we do have a T2 double XL, okay, T2 XL. Okay, and then we do have still a lot of instances. We'll go and check all the instances now. So this is the exact understanding, guys. I believe you got what exactly I'm saying. So AWS does have some instances where you can come create your own infrastructure, and you can deploy whatever you want to do, and once it is done, pay the bill. That's it. Okay. Now here in EC2 we do have different types of instances, but still the most use case till now in my experience what I have seen is one is on-demand instance, on-demand EC2 instances. Okay, and then the second one is reserved instance, and the third one is spot instance, and the fourth one is launch template. Launch template you will understand very well during the time of auto scaling, guys. Don't worry for now. Okay, so let's go and discuss one by one on this on-demand EC2 instances, reserved and spot and launch templates. So guys, before jumping on to it, let me tell you about this on-demand instance. See, regularly if you see our sessions, we are creating these instances many times, right? I ask you to follow the flow, so later on we can have a discussion on it. So on a high level, you should also think about the cost optimization, guys. End of the day, if your organization is giving you a separate cloud account, at one point of time they're gonna definitely ask you why the bill was so high. Okay, because those were charged on a hourly basis. First, let me open the calculator. I'll also open my AWS account, and then instance types. If you go here, I'll enter m4 dot x large, m4 dot x, so L is capital actually. Okay, now guys, imagine, see, if you see here, I'm sorry, I'll use my mouse. So the on-demand Linux pricing is this $0.02 per hour, and then on-demand Windows pricing is this 0.384 US dollars per hour. Okay, let's open this and we'll see how much it is. 0.384 Windows, right? 0.384 into 24 hours equal to how much it is? $9. Okay, this is without tax, guys. 9.216 is without tax. Okay, now let's leave the number like this. 24 hours, right? For example, if this $9, if I calculate with 9 into for example 365 days, I'll take 365 days. How much it is? $3,285. Let's come back here. I'll This is on demand. Okay, remember, uh, let me take this EC2, the mission which we are creating on daily basis, guys. On demand mission is nothing but the mission which we are creating daily. How much it is? $3,285, right? $3,285. Okay, now this is the one exactly the bill and everything. Now if you jump on to the other instance where we have mentioned before, which is reserved instance. Okay, let's leave it like this. Now let's go to reserved instance. See, example I'll tell you before taking you to the reserved instance. Reserved instance is something, if you are buying the laptop online, it costs some X rupees, right? Imagine if you're directly going to the distributor or if you're directly going to the vendor. So there will be at least some 10 to 15% margin will be there, discount or something will be there. So that is called as reserved instance. Okay, I'm just telling you the example. I hope you understand. So we will give some commitments to AWS that 1 year or 3 year we are going to use this for sure. So that I'll be using this instance for sure at any cost of till 1 or 2 3 years. In such case, you will get a very good discount from this reserved instance actually. Okay. Now again, we'll come back here to the here. Let me open this reserved instance. You can see under the instance itself only. I'll also enter the same thing here now, which is, let's go with Windows itself only, the same price. Not T3 Micro. M4 extra large. Okay, and then if you click on search, see here for 12 months. Okay, for 12 months, 0 dot I mean $0.300 is the effective rate, and the upfront rate is $2,625 for 12 months, guys. 12 months in the sense 1 year. See how much it is. 2625, correct? 2625 dollars. See guys, see the variation here. 3,800 and $3,285 was the on-demand instance, and the reserved instance is 2,625. So on a real time, what you can do is, first let me tell you a fact. Okay, in 2022 mid-year, I think I still remember, all IT companies whomsoever is using this cloud in the sense AWS cloud. I know this very well because I've seen. They have paid a bill of somewhere around 16 million. 16 million is again very less. Okay, $16 million. This is very less, including all organization. It will be in billions actually. I don't know the figure, but I'm telling you what happened, what fact has been happened on the particular year. They have paid the 16 million bill. This 16 million is an unnecessary bill. Unnecessary means what, imagine if in your environment, if developers or testers are particularly working on an instance, imagine they are working for 15 hours on a rough case, but still they are leaving that instance for 24 hours, and this extra is for unnecessary bill. Got it? So I don't know whether they are using the lambda functions, I mean, for turning off and turning on the instances at a particular point of time, but this was the unnecessary bill all IT companies have paid for the AWS. So let me tell you something. When it comes to the reserved instance, even if you are a 3 years experience old or 2 years experience old, it is okay. But still, or if even if you have more than experience of 3 or 5 or something, if you or your management knows that the project is going for the very long term, okay, either if it is 2 or 3 years, if you or your manager or if someone knows that it is going too long, when it comes to the cost optimization call or cost optimization discussions or something, then what you can do is you can prepare a SOP on this. You just calculate how much on-demand instances, how many we are using, and what we can do with the help of this reserved instance to avoid this EC2 just for the high bill. Okay, so what you can do is you can prepare a SOP, and you can take an approval, set up a call with your management, set up a call with your client or someone whomsoever it is, and then go for a reserve instance itself. Only explain them what exactly reserve instance does. See, AWS itself only clearly telling 2,625 rupees is the upfront bill for a year. Okay, but what about this? What about this on-demand EC2 instance? See, it is charging somewhere around 3,285. Guys, $3,285 is again a small figure, but you should think in a long-term bill. 1 year, 2 year, 10 year, 15 years, like that. It will be shown as lakhs and crores at some point of time. So this is about reserved instance where you will get, good discount or comparatively to the on-demand instances. The main reason of this reserved instance is, if you knew that your project is going for the long term, then it is always the best option to choose for reserved instance for at least 3 to 5 years. Then you will get a very good discount. Um, that's all for this reserved instance. Now, what was the next one? The next one is spot instance. I'll write it here, which is spot instance. So guys, the spot instance is, again, let me tell you an example. It's like a, simply I can say, a Dasara or a Christmas offer. Okay. Example I'll tell you. Imagine guys, you have a 1 acre land. Okay. Instead of building something here, you do have your own house somewhere in a town or somewhere area. Okay, and then you wanted to make a business, do a business on this land. So what you have did, you have given this 70% of land to for cultivation or something, or for some business or whatever they wanted to lease or something you have given. What about this 30%? You should also gain some income on this 30%, right? Correct. So this is what exactly AWS is doing. Okay, what they will do is, in the spot instance, simply they will give the spot instance for a very cheap price. The major disadvantage of the spot instance is, they're not gonna tell you that we are going to terminate this instance, because the main condition of the spot instance is, if the EC2 demand is high. If the EC2 demand is high, what they will do is, what AWS will do is, they will simply give you 2 minutes of notice period. They will simply give you 2 minutes of notice period, and they will terminate this. They will simply terminate your instance. They will only give you 2 minutes of notice period. Before, two years back, I still remember they used to terminate this, but recently I've seen somewhere they are hibernating this instance, and you need not to. Before, there is no option for backup or something also, but now we do have something called EBS, which is Elastic Block Storage, where all your data will be saving in this EBS volume. So you don't need to worry of the data, but still, this is a disadvantage. You are not supposed to keep any kind of DB data in spot instances. For web servers, it is okay. On organization level, or on a production level, or a testing level, also I really don't recommend spot instances to be used. But during the time of practicals, doing your practicals and everything, it is super fine. And also in interview, they might gonna ask you, like, or they might gonna confuse you with a question, hey, we are using spot instances for our DBs, so what are the best suggestions, or what are the best recommendations to do? So in such case, what you should tell is, you should tell him that, see, it is not good to use spot instances for DB servers, but it's okay to keep our web servers or testing purpose. We can use this spot instances. You should tell him in this way. He might be checking. He might be just checking how good you are with the cost optimization also, or how good you are with the different instances apart from on-demand instances. The last one is launch template, guys. If you do not understand this, please ignore this launch template, because I'm going to explain much deeper when it comes to the auto scaling, auto healing, I mean, not auto healing, auto scaling service we do have. So there, this launch template is gonna, we're gonna use it more. Before jumping onto this launch template, I will show you the practical, then you will be understanding easily. Let me open launch template. Guys, tomorrow don't miss the session. What I'm going to do is, tomorrow, uh, before, we are creating all the instances, right? It's create instance, launch instance, and we are giving security groups, VPC IDs and all. But tomorrow what we're going to do is, there is a tool called Packer, which is HashiCorp tool. With that Packer tool, we are going to automate this EC2 part. It is mainly used to create an Amazon mission imagery. I mean, Amazon images will be the AMI images. In your organizations, if you get into the organizations, they will be using some custom AMIs, not like how we are creating. So tomorrow I'm going to post that video, so try to watch that video in your free time. So now let's go and create launch template, and then I'll give you the name is delete later. This is NA, you can keep quick start. See, guys, here I'm selecting Amazon Linux. It is okay for me, 2023, and I'll give you T2 micro. I'm not going to give any VPCs, any security groups, or anything. Network settings, no, I'm not going to touch anything. Security groups, no, nothing. Um, this storage is fine. Okay, 8 GB is fine for me. And in advanced details, I'll just install Nginx. Where is it? Before coming into the session, I bought some. Yeah, this is the one. So I'll just, not this. Yeah, this is the one. I'll paste this here. Okay, and then create launch template. So using this cloud shell, we'll see now how we can, like, make sure that we are deploying this launch template as an instance with the help of some security groups and subnets. Okay. So before jumping on to the script, this is a shell script, guys, a small shell script where we are going to mention the security group here. Okay, and then here one for loop will be running. For that we are going to mention three subnets here. So let me go back and copy any of the three subnets. Uh, you can take your subnets also, not a problem. I'll copy my subnets. Okay, this subnets is fine. I'll copy three subnets. One, and I'll paste here. Two, and then the last subnet. Okay, now I'll also give the security groups because we have not mentioned any security groups in the launch templates. Now go back to your security groups. You will understand more during the time of auto scaling because this helps a lot during the time of auto scaling. This launch templates. See how the instance will deploy. We have given nothing, right? Yeah, this is the one. Copy and then paste it. Security groups. Okay, nice. Everything is good, right? Echo, we are creating an instance in, and then dollar subnet ID means whatever the subnet we have given during when the for loop is running, the subnet it will be showing here, and then this is for EC2 instance details. We are telling it to create E2 Nano, and then oh, this is the main thing, guys. We need to mention the launch template ID. Come back, go back to your launch template. It has been created, right? What was the name we have given? These are my Kubernetes names. Ah, this is the one. Delete later. Copy this launch template ID and then paste it here. Nice. And then let's right side. If you go all these tags and all, I see the tag was very big. It's not required. I'll keep this as delete later. Okay. Nice. And then come back. That's it. We are going to deploy this. This is echo again. Create launch template. What I'll do is I'll keep this in a file and I'll call that file as an shell.sh. Paste it here, paste it, control X, Y, and then enter. Chmod 777 shell.sh. Oh, I've given seal. I'm sorry, it's okay. However, we should run the file right and then run. Creating test server 1, creating test server 2, creating test server 3. Guys, do you know how these names are coming? I'll show you. I forgot to tell you that. Shield.cat. See here one. See if I is equal to dollar and I plus one. So from here it is counting actually. See if you see here, that's why it is showing as test server one, and then after the next iteration it is showing as test server two, and then after next iteration it is showing as test server three. Okay, we'll go back to our instances and we'll see it has been launched or not. If anyone wants the script, just let me know in the comments. I'll send it to you directly, or I'll keep it in the Bitbucket. I mean, not GitHub, not Bitbucket. See, guys, we have not created any security groups. We have not attached any sub VPC. We have not attached any subnets when we are creating the launch template. But how our instance has been created, guys? And there is one more question for you guys. Please put it in the comment section. I have not mentioned VPC here. and I have not mentioned VPC in the launch template, but how it has been taken the VPC. Please mention in the comment section if you know that. Okay. Now I'm going to delete this after this session. That's all for today, guys. This is what I wanted to explain. Don't miss the tomorrow's session, because tomorrow we are going to do some automation on creation of AMI images. So I request you to watch it during your free time. That's all. Have a nice day, everyone. Happy weekend, and please like and subscribe to my channel if you like my content. Also, I request you to share this to your friends. um, that's all. See you in the tomorrow's session. Have a nice day, everyone. Bye bye.